Alright, hello everyone, Ace here. Uh, I decided to do a basic digital audio workshop tutorial just so that people understand what this is and how to use it, since I feel like it would be useful for a lot of vocal synth producers who might not be using this and might want to make music or improve their mixing. So, a digital audio workshop is basically a program where you can mix and create music. And that's just the basics of what that is. There are several different types of DAWs, as they're shortened to, out there. Usually, a lot of them are a decent chunk of money, but like if you can buy Vocaloid, you could probably buy one of these for even cheaper. Because I think I got like Mixcraft 8, which is not the current version of Mixcraft, way back before Mixcraft 9 was released, for about like 50 to 100 bucks. So that's roughly what most DAWs go for. And typically, uh, they're still extremely useful, honestly. I've also heard of a few DAWs that are out there that are free, like Reaper, which I think is like, I think they give you a free trial and then they ask for donations like once, and then you can just keep going. So I think I think that's it just on the basic premise. So, uh, DAWs are extremely useful, especially since they often have two different kinds of tracks. Well, in this case, I have three because Mixcraft also includes a video track for if you want to mix vocals with videos, which can be super useful. However, uh, I don't know. I use it a lot mainly for my videos lately because it's less bouncy than iMovie, because with iMovie it's constantly drifting all over the picture, which I don't want all the time. So instead, usually I use this for like still images, and then there's like dissolves and that kind of stuff. So the first thing I want to talk about is the audio tracks. So with the audio tracks, you basically can put any audio file in there so long as it's all in English. I've made the mistake of putting or trying to put Japanese uh charactered files into this, and it basically just does not like that. So just make sure it's renamed to something in English. It can accept MP3s, waves, etc. Basically anything you can think of for audio files. So I have shown a mixing tutorial before, but I'm just showing quickly what you can do with this. So as you can see, I've got a lot of stuff. So for example, let's just say we want to put in invisible for some reason, which, oh my god, was this old. I should really redo this at one point, but basically you can put in audio tracks, and then when you hit play, they'll play them back for you, basically. You guys probably wouldn't have heard that, but I heard that clearly. I don't think I'll be editing any of the audio that I'm messing around with in here into the video because I'm just too lazy to do that. But basically, it can play back your audio, and then you can always mix it down to MP3, etc. But the other thing I want to talk about is virtual instrument tracks. This is what you'll actually want when making music, because this is basically what you can do for basically using instruments to create melodies and that kind of stuff. So, with a lot of DAWs, you need to use MIDI inputs. So, you could probably do this with Utau or SynthV or something to make your MIDIs for your instruments. But when you've got DAWs like this, you can actually directly put them in here like so. As you can see, it's a very, very similar looking to most vocal synth programs, except unlike vocal synth programs, you can't put in lyrics. So, for example, I just put in this random note here. So, and you can give a good gauge of like quarter notes, half notes, etc. Basic music theory stuff. Uh, with a lot of DAWs, I think you have to use a separate MIDI inputter, but I'm not exactly sure which ones would do that. Um, I just know that programs like Alter Ego, if you've ever heard of that, that's like a separate vocal synth program that's free, that's run by Plog. And I think there are some people who are in the Vocaloid and DAW community who uh, basically worked on that and made a few free banks that you could probably use. I think there's only like 3 total now available because one of them got retired. But, anyways, uh, you can input things by hand on this particular program. I don't know about other DAWs, but this one you definitely can. So, basically, you can put in notes. I know that was silly, but I'm just showing that you can do that. You can also put in chords, you can put in that kind of stuff. And this is the piano roll, by the way, which is most useful for basically any instrument that requires like actual melodies and that kind of stuff. You could also change instruments to whatever the heck you might have. Like, there's a bunch that comes with this particular program, but there's also VSTI instruments, so you could probably download ones from online. As you can see, I've got Alter Ego. This is pretty much the only way I'm able to use Alter Ego, so whatever. So basically, you can switch things, but I also want to quickly talk about the percussion. And this is one of the things where you'll want to not use the piano roll, because the piano roll, as you can see, it's a bunch of the different instruments that come with the percussion kit. So you want to remove everything you don't want and then just include what you want, like snares, kicks. Well, kicks slash bass. They're labeled differently for different things. Hi-hats, because why not? And if you're wondering what a hi-hat is, it's basically like kind of assembly noise. But yeah, you can do whatever. So basically, whatever you feel like. So, I think that's basically it. You can also add, you can mute things, so you can have it so that it's solo. I'm pretty sure you can do this in Audacity too, but you can also add different effects, which I'll probably go over another time, just what they do. You can also add effects to the entire thing, but basically, yeah, this is just basically what a DAW is, and if you don't have one, please try to find one if you're really inspired to make music, because things like GarageBand and using only vocal synth programs will probably not help you in the long run, because they're just so limited in what they can do. Like, I don't even know how you'd use GarageBand to make music. Like, I tried once, and it's just too confusing and unfocused. So that's basically it. Yeah.